All right. Lovely, guys. So to start with, I'm starting with NASDAQ. Analysis on NASDAQ first. Now, this is a 4-hour chart that we are watching. Let me convert this to a day chart to make it easier for us. Day chart is now on screen. And minute you see the day chart, you realize what has happened yesterday. Now, yesterday, this is the price which has closed. This was the resistance, which is now on test, approximately 12,044, 100 points away. But a pure red Marubazu with practically zero wick. Pure red Marubazu with practically zero wick. Number one. Number two, it touched the lower Bollinger Band in just one day, from the mid Bollinger Band to lower Bollinger Band in just one day. Clear? Now, going forward, this is your first support, 11,560. Number one, this first support was a resistance tested twice over here and bounced back from here. 11,560. I'm giving you approximate levels. Next support is not here, but is over here. 10,675. I don't say we will go to 10,675, but the first support at 11,560 should be a very strong support, because resistance tested on two occasions, support tested on once, should be a support test on the second occasion also. So 11,500 or 11,600 should be a strong support to buy in the near future. So I would start nibbling to buy over here. Number one. Number two, number three, look at the moving averages. We have an 8, a 20, and a 40. On a one-day chart, I have an 8, a 20, and a 40. The 8 has already cut the 20 yesterday from top coming down. It's already at the 40 moving average on a day chart. So if this breaks further, 11,560 is a, or 11,560 is a strong approachable route. My judgment would be it should be approaching by Tuesday evening. It should touch 11,560. So even if it gives you a small dead cat bounce, which will not cross 12,382, which is 50% of this candle. You look at this candle, the high and the low, it should come to around 12,007, 12,008, 12,400. So around 12,350 of it should not cross on Monday morning. If it doesn't cross at 12,350, and even if this goes up, it will bounce back and fall further. So this may give you a dead cat bounce and then bounce and take a dip further down. So your first target should be 11,560 or 11,550, 11,600. First target. So anybody holding longs, please do your due diligence and then do it. Point number 5, super trend has just changed. Super trend has just changed. It's taken a dip, turned flat. One more dip and super trend will also come down. Like in the positive super trend, it becomes flat, then rises, then becomes flat. Similarly, in the super trend, it falls, flattens, falls, flattens. So after it flattening for a long time, you will get to know it may reverse. So after it flattens for a longer duration, you can check it out. At this point, this red Marubazu is telling me a clear cut, it's going to fall. Why is it going to fall? This was the closing in the last week. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Entire climb of the week, the bull work done by the bulls to climb up was negated in one candle. So the entire week got negated by just one candle on a day chart. You realize how difficult it is? Point number 6. Point number 6, look at CCI. Curving down. Curving down. Currently at only 114. Look at MACD. Curving down. No chance of replacement. Below the zero line. Look at stochastic at 10 and 12. Very weak. Very, very weak. So NASDAQ to me looks ready for 11,600, 11,500. That's the range. First support range, 11,500, 11,600. Clear? Anybody questions on this? Because whatever is happening on NASDAQ, the same is going to happen on SPY. The same thing is going to happen on TQQ. The chart will be identical. Chart is identical. The last 1 week, gap down and closure below. If I convert this to a weekly chart, you will realize it's a gap down Marubazu. It's a weekly chart. Gap down Marubazu. Clear? First crossover, 20 and 34 happened over here. 20 and 8 happening over here. So on weekly also it is showing you clear. Now in weekly, look at the super trend, the way it is changing. Fall, flat, fall, flat, fall, flat. And look at this MACD turning negative. Turning negative. Histograms coming down on the positive side. Look at stochastic on the weekly chart, about to give you a negative crossover. Look at CCI on the weekly chart, turned negative and about to go down. So if weekly is talking about the start of a fall, where will you see it? On SPY, I look at SPY 373, this portion very clearly. Low 370, 372, 372, 371. So 370 or 372, 371 is a sure shot approval. So if I was to trade on SPY, I would look at buying puts of SPY 2 or 3 week expiry away, strike price of 370. Or even if SPY is currently at 405, a strike of even 385 is more than welcome for me. 385 is somewhere over here. More than welcome for me. Buy a put of SPY 385, 2 weeks away strike price. And watch the way it is going to go up in premium. And don't put all your money in one counter. Put a small quantum, because that will spike up beautifully well. Your trends are clear. Super trend is down. Now imagine if somebody had bought this put over here on 17th of January. How would he have gone down? Had he taken a September put in 17th of January, where would he have been now? It just indicates what the trends are. Any questions now? Any questions, guys? Whatever we have discussed on SPY, if I convert this to NASDAQ weekly, the same thing comes up. Now, that if you look at what is happening internationally, you look at what's happening in the domestic market, currently, practically every news channel has started murmuring about Ukraine nuclear fallout. One of the nuclear reactors there were almost on the verge of an explosion. Taiwan is again a problem between China and US. Murmurs have again started off. And this is not only Indian channels, global channels are now started talking about it. The US economy requires its arms company to sustain and liquidate its old dead stock in Taiwan and Ukraine so that their company can come back to revival mode. The economy can be revived. So look to read between lines what is happening in Ukraine, why is it happening, what's happening in Taiwan, why is it happening, how can you learn from it, right? All these things were basically triggers. Yesterday, the comments by the Fed were triggers. Why? Because the index wants to come down. His talk was very, very hawkish that we will not go, we can really increase our rates. Why are they talking about increasing rates? For the same purpose. He is talking about controlling inflation. Yes, because inflation is at the peak. Global inflation is at the peak. You look at US, you look at UK. UK also inflation is at the peak. Now, if two strong economies of the world are on a high peaked inflation rates, what is going to happen? People are going to tighten their money belt. All central banks will now start tightening their money policy. So where is the money going to be available for stock markets? If the money flow gets cut, your indices have to fall down. You can start looking at investing in bullion. Look at investing in gold and silver. Because if the markets fall, gold and silver will shoot up. Number one. Number two, start looking at investing in pharma companies. As a fallback, these are defensive sectors. So if indexes falls, possibly some pharma company may be resilient enough to hold. But otherwise, gold and bullion sector will definitely go up. So you could start looking at Barrick or other gold investing companies also. Now, I just know Barrick, I happen to be holding that share. Otherwise, I don't have to talk about Barrick at all. Both Kamal and me have lost good money, deposited and left good money over there. I'm still holding it. Right?
I had escaped, sir.
Huh?
I had escaped from Barrick.
You have escaped. Yeah, you had escaped. But then I'm still holding it, though I don't like to talk about it. But yes. But if you look at gold, gold prices will go up. So look at trading in gold now, in commodity. If index falls, gold will definitely shoot up. But index is scheduled for its regular correction anyway now. Clear? Abhijit, Munir, Vivek, Prasad, and Vaibhav. Any questions now? Done the basic analysis. Anything else you want me to do? I will do it right away.
Can we just look at the SPX as well?
Which one do you want?
SPX. S&P 500, yeah.
XPS.
X.
I don't see it here.
Is SPX.
Yes, sir.
SPX. All right. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It follows SPY.
Why is it not showing me the chart? I can't see the chart. I'm sorry.
It happened last time as well. It just show the 1 hour.
Yes, it happened last time. It showed 1 hour and showed 4 hours.
Yeah.
It doesn't show the date. Yes, it shows the 4 hours. Almost similar, if you ask me, Munir. Almost similar. Almost similar. This is the 4-hour chart.
Hmm.
1 day chart. A chart not available.
We
Almost
can look
similar.
at- yeah, we can look at the S&P 500. It's same.
S&P 500. All right, we'll do that.
Yeah, Vivek sir covered SPY.
Yeah, I've covered SPY. I've covered nasdaq. How do you? What's the code for S&P 500?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to look at the high levels only, not in detail.
Yeah, but all right. But what is the code for S&P 500? Somebody can just give me the code. I'll just check it out first.
Sir,
This is
SPY
NASDAQ
which you
composite.
covered, SPY which you covered is S&P 500.
All right. You want SPY alone? I can give you SPY easily. Oh God, SPY. This is the day chart, Munir. One candle and the entire week's chart has been removed. Now, in SPY also, I was very clearly telling everybody that this is your support, 390. So you should be looking to buy a 2-week expiry, mid-September expiry of 385. A put of 385 strike price expiring 2 weeks away. It will be very lucrative.
But sir, this one has 3 expiries in a week. So don't you think 2 week will be?
Irrespective. So you are looking for a strike price far away. It has 3 expiries for a week for a day trader. So if somebody wants to make good money, you look at 385 for far away. Just check out what is the strike price for 385 strike price puts in SPY for mid-September.
So the mid.
Just for the sake of knowledge, somebody can just check, tell me what is the premium bid and ask of strike 385 for mid-September or September end.
2.5.
Or September mid.
2.50. 2.50 for mid
2.5.
September.
Yeah, September 14th is
2.5. So just make a note of it. It's 2.5 for expiry on 16th of September. Am I right?
14th.
No, I take it 16th September, which is 2 weeks away. Complete 2 weeks of expiry, not mid-month. 2 weeks, 16th, Friday. The mid-week expiry is not going to be that strong as
Yes.
the week closing
Yeah,
expiry will be.
2.45.
So the
we are
difference
talking
is
about
almost
puts, right?
40 cents. I'm
16th.
talking about puts.
320.
No, September 16th is 245.
September 16th expiry, strike price 385.
85, okay.
3.18. 3.18.
3.18, whatever. 320, 3.18, just 2 cents won't make a difference. So look at the difference between the two expiries also. Now, there again, when you're trading options which are expiring thrice a week, which is a stronger expiry to play on? The week when the week ends completely, which is the Friday evening. If you're trading on expiries, which is talking about monthly and weekly closing, the monthly expiry becomes very, very effective. So if you look at 385 just now at 3.2 or 3.18, just check out the same expiry around the 9th of September or around 16th, what the value would be. Around 9th September, it will be at least 3 to 4 times. I expect this to fall.
Yeah, 1.7.
So that gives you an idea. closer you're taking the expiry, the premiums are coming down because your time is limited now for movement. That is why I said I'm talking about at least 16th of September. So that it gives me enough time. I will not get affected by the time decay happening on the expiry. And I will be able to exit the expiry around 9th of September, 1 week away earlier than the expiry. So on 9th of September, I may exit the 16th September expiry and move to 30th September expiry. Depending upon what trend I'm following. Clear? Now, those who are trading this expiry on a daily expiry or alternate expiry, you should only be an option seller. Earn the premium and forget about it. Let the premium go to zero. You should be happy. Earn the premium and let it go to zero. Now, in this case, in SPY, like in NASDAQ, this is your first support level around 390. Right? Between this level and this level, I don't see anywhere apart from this 397, which is a marginal support. So I'm looking at 390, or I'm looking at 380, or I'm looking at this spot, 373. So 373 is a faraway decision. But with indicators falling the way they are, they should go down drastically. And the super trend on the daily chart has just started. Conversely, check this on a weekly chart. It started off when? It started off over here, 17th of Jan, and the super trend has not yet been touched. It was touched over here 2 weeks back, but fell down. It did not allow the super trend to change color and go up. Currently, if you look at it, it's at its 40 moving average and the 20 moving average, which is at the confluence of this. Now look at your moving averages, the way they are positioned. On the highest point is the 40 moving average, the 20 and the 8. And this is going to go further down. So even on the weekly targets, this is 375 or 370 is your first target. Look at it. On a weekly, do you find any support? Any support happening over here or any resistance? 390, first resistance, but marginal, untested. But this one, 375, is a weekly support. 375 is a weekly support, which is much more stronger. On a weekly frame, MACD has just about to turn negative. The histograms are turned negative, the crossover yet to happen. Stochastic is at 80, turning down. CCI at 100 and now at 53, turning down. Process has just started on a weekly account. So if weekly has just taken off to fall down, please wait for 370 or 375 to touch. Today, S&P is at 405. I'm talking about watching S&P to see a target of 370, 375. How long will this take? A fall is always faster than the rise. Have you ever tried climbing your house from the ground floor in your building and try to go up? You would realize how difficult it is to climb these stairs. But coming down, it's very easy. So if this took them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 to 8 weeks to climb, this could take about a month to fall, about 4 weeks to fall, or if not less. So imagine if this falls in the way we are talking about it just now, and we take a 385 put, mid-September put. right? It could touch within a week. So possibly by 1st September, or it could be touched or even by 9th of September. So if 9th September, this touches 385, you would be in what kind of profit margins? Currently bought at 3.20, wait for a small bounce, which could happen because it's a huge fall. Wait for a small bounce. At 10% fall in a day is a huge bounce fall. Wait for a small bounce and then buy the 385 put. So you may get it instead of 320, you may get it at 280 also, or at 290 also. And then wait for the put. This could comfortably double or triple your capital deployed in that put. Comfortably double or triple, with no time decay loss on you. Munir, any questions? Because you are asked for SPY.
Sir, I would just like to add, both
Yeah.
SPY, NASDAQ, they have a higher proportion of Apple. So if you can also include Apple, it will help to understand the trend and how much time it could take.
This is Apple weekly chart. Look at the second last candle. What is it called? The second last candle, what is it called?
Gravestone.
What does that indicate to you?
Gonna go to graves.
It's going to go to grave. Get ready for a burial. Precise? Done? What happens to this 8 moving average going up? 40 above the 20? 40 above the 20. Should that it be that way, or it should be the reverse way?
Reversal.
40 above 20, it should have been the reverse if it has to climb up. Now, because it is climbing here on a weekly chart, your 8 has started climbing up. Look at the fall happening over here. It turned up only when the 8 was started moving up. That is when the super trend changed. But on a weekly chart, look at MACD. Look at stochastic, at what levels they are. CCI at plus 91, very high. MACD, histograms falling, crossover still not there. Now imagine if this histogram turns negative and the crossover just happens at 0 or around 0, what a fall it will give you. MACD, the essence of MACD is started falling, means over here, this was the indication MACD gave you as an advanced signal that the previous histogram, I'm now giving you a red histogram and I'm falling. And the candle is a gravestone doji for a weekly one. So MACD, being a lagging indicator, has been converted to a leading indicator. And just at the same time, stochastic is at 93 and about to convert down. So gravestone, CCI, MACD, stochastic, everything talking about it. And currently Apple at 163. 1 week candle has negated 1 and 2 weeks of climb. 2 weeks of climb has been finished in just 1 week candle. Conversely, check this on a 1-day chart. Look at this. All the efforts right from this date onwards. 9th of August. So the entire month of August, efforts by the bulls to raise up have been negated by just 1 candle. Volume going up. Look at CCI on a day chart. You will realize super trend has just turned negative from Thursday onwards. This crossover happened over here. And look at the histogram. Where were you? At 0 levels. and it goes down. No chance of opening up or trying to go up. No chance. They're not even thinking. Look at the MACD lines. They're not even thinking of converging and going up. So this is a good fall waiting to happen. A $20 dip or at least 150. A $13 dip is approximately 10% dip or 8% dip further in Apple is on the cards. So if somebody playing Apple options, feel free to buy your puts. Again, I would say buy puts of mid-September, 16 September. And price is about $150. So you buy $150 or $150 put for 16 September. See the price, what the price is now. Anybody, just check the premium for $150 strike price Apple 16th September expiry.
0.96.
So it's not going to be expensive. And you are buying a stock which is resilient also. So even if I buy 10 lots at 0.96, how much money am I going to invest?
$960.
$960.
$960. So that's it.
For one contract, it will be $96.
Yeah. So for 10, it's 960. For 10 contracts, it's 960.
Yeah, 10 contracts, 960. For one contract, 96, so $10, 960. So even if you want to buy one contract and just for the heck of testing Vivek Bhatia, buy only one contract at only $96. I'm sure you all can lose that $96 for nothing. And see the fun. On 16th September, what happens?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, you
Sorry to interrupt. Sir,
No,
I
no, not
always
at
get
all.
confused with the trade-off. So, should we take at the money put and take advantage of delta, or go for a big lot out of the money and try to multiply it?
Vaibhav, as an option buyer, I always suggest the flow chart should be buy OTM options in the trend of your direction and let them become ATM options. So if current price is 163, if I'm buying 150 put, it's an OTM option put I'm buying. It's an OTM put I'm buying because it's a put, it is 150. My premium will rise up minute the price comes closer and converts my OTM put option to an ATM put option. The spike up will be much faster. Clear? Thereafter, the premium rise once it comes at ATM. From ATM, if it becomes in the money, the premium rise will be less faster. So an OTM to ATM, the premium rises very fast. From ATM to ITM, it rises slowly. Does that answer you, Weber?
Yeah, and
Can you repeat
Yes.
that last
Sure,
statement?
I will repeat it again. Whenever you buy, whenever you're doing option buying, whenever you do option buying, try and buy a OTM option, be it an OTM call or an OTM put in the direction of your trade. So if I was expecting Apple to go up, I would have bought an OTM call of 170, 180. If I'm expecting it to go up. If I'm expecting it to fall, I'm buying an OTM put of 150. Clear? And then let the trade move in the direction that you are expected it to move. So the premium you pay on an OTM in the direction of your trade will rise faster. And when the OTM call or the OTM option becomes an at the money option, that means when the price actually falls to 150, from 160 to 150, your OTM put option or the OTM option that you had bought will suddenly spike up in value. The rate of increase in value of the premium will be fastest when an OTM is getting converted to an ATM. After it touches ATM, the premium rising in the option from ATM to ITM, from at the money to in the money, will be slower. So which is why what I suggest to all my learners are buy an OTM option in the direction of a trade. When it comes at the money, take your profits, square it off, and if you still think there is juice left in that trade, in that direction, buy the next OTM call option or the next OTM option, strike price. So, assumingly now, today being 27th of August, or on Monday, I buy an OTM of 150 put price for Apple for 16th of September expiry. Around 9th of September, I realized that the call has already touched 155 or 152. The strike price is already at 152 or 155. I can always square off my position, take my money home, and look to buy a September 30 expiry for 140 or 135. These are your next two supports below it, 143 and 135. So I could always on 9th September buy a September 30th call put option. Again, OTMs, let it fall further. On a daily chart, this is definitely where my support is, 135, 136. And if you look at a weekly chart, you will find the same support happening. 132. Clear?
Yeah.
A gravestone, a Marubazu, let it fall down. If I take a September 30th price, strike price of 130 put, Apple, 130 put September or mid-October price. Just check out the rate.
Exactly. I was looking at the mid-September and 130, it's just 0.10.
So, and that is
End of
mid-September. At
End of
mid-September, if
September,
you September to 30th September, it will be even lower.
it's 50 cents.
Yes,
sir.
Weber.
It's
50 cents.
Yeah, and Vaibhav, to correlate to your question about delta, at the money delta is 0.5, whether you take call or put. Out the money delta is lesser than 0.5. And when it is in the money, delta is again lesser than 0.5. So even if you are correlating your premium price with delta, as an option becomes from out the money to in the money, your delta also increases. No, sorry, from out the money to at the money, your delta increases. And again, from at the money to in the money, delta decreases. That's why what Vivek sir mentioned correlates with the premium price.
So
Yes.
Kamal, out the money to in the money, delta will increase, right?
Out the money to at the money.
At the money, delta will increase. Then
Yes.
at the money to in the money, it will again decrease.
Yes.
And the second thing is when you buy at the money, if even it bounce back a little bit, your premium will be burned fastly. Like if it moved $2 up.
Yes.
So with the rate of 0.5 delta, your premium will be burned so fast.
Yes.
I have one
That
question.
is why. Yes, Vivek. Ask your
Sir,
question.
when you are going from out the money to in the money, sorry, at
Yeah.
the money, the delta will increase, right? So for any stock or options, any options, where you draw the line for that in the at the money, sir? You got my point. So
At
for
the money
example,
strike is your strike price is known to you. minute your strike price is achieved, that is you are now at the money.
Okay.
Like it's like this. I am bullish. Let's say I'm
Oh.
bullish.
Okay.
If I'm bullish and the current market price underlying asset is at, let's say, $100. I am bullish for it. I'm expecting it to reach 120.
Mhm.
So I'm buying a call of 120 when the strike is currently at 100.
Okay.
When the underlying asset is 100, I'm buying a call of 120. So I'm buying an out of money call.
Yep.
When the strike price or when the underlying asset touches 120, my
sell it.
120 call becomes at the money call.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Similarly, price goes up, it goes to 130.
Mhm.
My 120 calls becomes in the money call.
Yeah.
Right?
So it is better to sell when it comes to 120 itself.
Yes. Which is why when I told you in Apple, I told you very clearly, Apple currently trading spot at 163. Right?
Yep.
I am saying buy a put of 150. So when I say buy a put of 150 means I'm expecting the market to fall. So that
Yep.
means I'm buying an out of money strike price at 150.
Yep.
Minute the price of Apple in spot reaches 155, 153, I can be a greedy player and I can say, fine, I love Apple, but I'm liquidating my position and closing that position. So what am I doing? I'm taking my profits home. Now, when the price market falls, my premium in that 150 put will spike up very fast. The rate of fall of the price will be slower as compared to my rate of spiking up in the price, because an OTM option is being brought to an at the money option. So my premium will go up very, very fast.
Okay.
I now check the market. I say Apple is going to fall further. It's going to go to 130. So when I was earlier looking at 150, I'm now saying by September 30th, it will go to 150. So what do? I buy on September 9th a 135 put option for September 30th. Now, in the third Friday of September, that is between September 16th and September 30th, that is September 23rd, I look at the spot price. The spot price is already at 132. What should I do? Wait for it to become 130, or should I liquidate and take up a newer put? Depending upon what my trend is showing me. Do you realize this now? The puts, that is how I will keep changing my put. But this is an option buying strategy only. It is not an option selling strategy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm using limited, cover this one thing. I'm using limited capital and trying to enhance my profitability. That is the essence in option buying. Yes, Kamal, over to you.
Yeah, I would like to just correct one thing. Change in delta increases when it moves from out the money to at the money, and when it moves from at the money to in the money, change in delta reduce, not the delta itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Change in delta is nothing but gamma.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else? Any questions? Any clarifications being required?
Sir, on the other side, when we know Apple will be hitting its monthly support, is it a good time to buy a long-term call, like just to switch other way around? Let's say Jan or Feb.
When it touches the support, at that point, yes, I will let to buy it. After I see a reversal, understand, I've seen that the support is there. I know the support is at, let's say, 150. Am I going to buy at 150? No. I'm going to buy when the price touches 155. I have seen the reversal happening. I do not mind buying expensive after seeing the reversal. Why? Because at 155, I know my stop loss is 150. At 150, what is my stop loss? The next support is at 130. You want to buy at 150 and then wait for 130 support to take place? Stop loss? No. I would rather see the reversal. Let the market take $5. I don't mind. I will buy at 155 with a stop of 150 or 149. Now, what is my stop loss? $6. At 155, my stop loss is just $6. Let it fall. I don't mind. I can afford to lose $6. I can't afford to lose $20. At 150, if it fell down to 130, I'll lose $20. You want to take that bigger risk? You can't. You are willing to lose 6, hypothetically speaking, and then wait for the bounce. And then what am I doing? I am checking out the monthly supports, weekly supports, daily supports. If I'm buying at a monthly support, do you think that monthly support will even be touched? It may reverse before that. So minute I see a reversal, I am jumping in. I am going to jump in. Clear?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Anybody else? Prasad, Avijit, Munir, Vivek. Either switch on the camera so I can see how
My
fresh
only
you are just
question is,
after waking up.
hey, hi.
Yes, Prasad.
My only question is like, I was reading yesterday, iPhone, they are going to launch iPhone, right? So
Yeah.
do you see any major impact because of that on our technical analysis? Suppose while announcing the new arrival, they announce the growth of i3, i13 or something, and if Apple again goes up, or do you see that? Or
Yeah, there is a high possibility it can happen, but how long will that move sustain itself? Your chart is clearly showing bearishness on a weekly account also. So even if I have a one day event which talks about a new thing happening, how much can they sell? How much will they be able to sustain and reverse the growth? If they can sustain and reverse the growth, I'm happy. I will still make my money. I will still make my money.
sure.
Right? Yesterday, the market fell down because the Fed only gave an 8-minute speech. Only an 8-minute speech, and the market collapsed.
Yes, it was very
That
hard.
can happen anytime. It can happen anytime. Now, I was just before I don't wonder if you were there. We are talking about the global scenario. The global scenario is at this point of time. Last week, middle of last week, there was a scare that one of the nuclear reactors, because of the power shutdown, had got so heated up, it was about to burst. Had that nuclear plant burst, Europe would have been badly hit. So forget about 8 minutes of speech. Europe had at least 40% drawdown in the market. Just imagine a Chernobyl kind of a power plant bursting on the borders of Europe. What will happen to Europe market? What a crash it will give you. And at that point of time, Mr. Powell and Mr. Biden and the world leaders will be able to do nothing about the stock market. It will just come nose diving. And that can happen. What happens tomorrow morning or on Monday morning in case if China-Taiwan war breaks out? So you already have war going on in Russia or Ukraine. You have another war going on in China and Taiwan. What will happen to the stock market? Global stock market will just collapse now. And how long does that take to start a war? One missile being misfired is enough to take care of it. Just one missile falling, not even on the mainland China, just falling within the nautical control miles of Taiwan is sufficient into the sea, is sufficient for the markets to nosedive.
Oh, yeah.
So things can happen anytime, which is why when you look at technical specifically, you will look at the broad trend, which is why we were moving from week to day. I did do the day analysis. I reconfirmed the week analysis. I realized the trends are different. In week, the process started somewhere in January. In Apple, the week analysis, the trend changed only on Thursday. It is still stronger and bullish as compared to NASDAQ, Apple. But day chart, Apple turned negative only on Thursday. So I'm looking at support trend, I'm looking at all of the technical parameters and using them for ourselves.
Okay.
And I reserve the right to be wrong. I'll be happy if I'm proved wrong. Let the markets go up, I'll be happiest if I'm proved wrong.
Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, Abhijit. Yes, Abhijit.
Yeah, so when they say, they increase the interest rate, and this term I didn't know about, they say the prices are, or stock prices are priced in or something. I don't get. And so even if they increase, let's say 0.75%, then market is already priced in, so there are no chances. I don't get that term and how they decide
All
that
right.
pricing.
All right. All right. What happens is the markets are made up of multiple traders. So there are traders like you and me who are retail traders. There are traders like institutions who are trading on the same market, right? So there are institutional traders, there are retail traders. When this has been done by various members of the trade, they are getting inputs from various sources. So whenever they say the market is already aware and has priced that in, they have been watching the Fed talks for the last few months. So today, if the talk is hawkish, they are expecting a 0.5 or a 0.75 base point increase. Why? To control inflation. Inflation is at the peak, at 40-year peak, was known to us about 2 months back. Inflation data came out. The correction is happening now. Fed is talking about correcting now to control the liquidity and enhance the rates. So the market is already priced that in. In case if the Fed, instead of a 0.5% hike or a 0.75, whatever they have, the market has factored in, if they increase the rate by from instead of 0.5 or 0.75 to 1% rise in interest rate, that will be a shocking news to the market. And the Fed is capable of surprising and shocking the market. Why? Because inflation has to be controlled. Mr. Biden's elections are around the corner. Now, again, go back to politics. All your Feds, your central banks don't work independently, irrespective of the country they are in. They are all pressured by the political masters. All of them across the globe. Their elections are due shortly. Do you think he wants to lose his seat?
No.
Biden wants to go back in the opposition?
No.
No, he will never like to do that. He wants to hold on. So what is it that is going to hold him back? A low inflation. I have controlled the inflation. If the inflation gets controlled, he's going to tomtoe in the world. I have controlled the inflation and I saved the American population. Please vote for me. So when you read between lines, this is what is going to happen. And a politician is a politician, irrespective of the country, irrespective of the party, irrespective of the color, irrespective of the creed. He is only serving himself. I am making a strong statement, but that's a fact of life.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's it. Irrespective of the country, he is serving himself. He is not bothered about his countrymen. He is bothered about the chair that he's occupying. And that chair should be occupied by him, not by his cousin, brother, or not by his uncle or aunt, by him alone. And if he has to do anything to save that, he will do it. So Fed can also do that. And Fed will always pass the blame on to the rising inflation. We want to curb it, so we are enhancing the rate by 1%. In case if the Fed raises the rate by 1%, that will come as a surprise to the market because they had factored in a 0.5 or a 0.75 rate. So if they give you 1%, markets will collapse. Why? Because now markets don't like it. In case if the Fed gives you a 0.25% rate enhancement, the markets will love it and the markets will go up. Again, not factored in by the market. So if the market receives news which is not already factored in, not known to them, they will react differently. And that is the general, that is the rule across the globe, across every stock market. Abhijit, is it answers you when I may say factored in? Because that is basically what is the market's knowledge.
Yes, sir. Yes. Got
Right?
it.
Like for simple instance, you may have friends working for the government US Treasury bonds, bond division, Treasury division. Somebody working with the Fed. He or she may be a clerk in the department, but she could give you a news. So if she can give you the news, she can give 10 more people the news. So you will have one contact. Kamal will have the third. Vivek will have the fourth. Vaibhav the fifth. Prasad the sixth. Muri the seventh. Vivek Nanavade the eighth. You all are getting news inputs from various sources within the treasury benches of the government of US, United States. You are collating that and then taking your decision. So there is something called known as inside news. It is inside rumors which has come to you, which has been factored into the market. Now, if Vivek comes to know about it, he will tell 10 more friends that this is what I've heard from my sources. It's a grapevine information. Take it with a pinch of salt. Vaibhav gives you something else. If 10 different people are talking of something similar, that is what the market is expecting you to do. That is what is meant by factoring it in.
Okay.
Till Friday morning or till Thursday evening, the market was in a bullish phase. Everybody was very, very bullish. We are going to go higher. We are going to regain our all-time highs. When the market is in the bullish phase, when the full trend of the market is upward, rest be assured, market will do right the opposite. And a trigger was awaited for it to correct. That is the second golden rule of the market. Market never follows what the world is doing. If the world is bullish, market will turn bearish. On Indian stock markets, we look at it, there's a statement, when your milkman talks about buying of a stock, when your milk delivery man talks of buying a stock, it's time you should sell your holdings. Clear?
Yeah, clear.
They are not supposed to be in the stock market. But if my delivery man says, sir, should I buy Tata's or Reliance or Apple? I'll say, yes, buddy, go ahead and buy. But I am placing my order for sale just now. He is not in the business of that market activity at all. But why is he talking about it? Again, he is tempted. He is tempted. The greed is forcing him to ask you that question because he feels you are knowledgeable about the stock market. Right?
Right.
Lovely. Anybody else? Any questions?
Sir, also
Yeah.
about semiconductor, all stocks, let's say SOXS or SOXL. Let's say, of course, there is this Taiwan-China war. It can break out anytime. And so how it can impact that industry and overall technology, let's say.
All right. All right. Now, your entire technology-based companies are all working because of the chips manufactured by some countries only, of which China does not have a monopoly.
But Taiwan has.
But Taiwan has. So why is Taiwan being attacked? Why is Taiwan being attacked? Because China wants to encash on that segment of society.
Mm-hmm.
The land-based or the border-based or one China policy is for the world to understand. China is also like a businessman who wants to encompass and corner every aspect.
I think, yeah, that's what their plan is. If they
exactly. So if they attack Taiwan, and Taiwan's capacity to produce chips is reduced, who gets the benefit out of it? China. Right? Because all your implements, all your gadgets everything is working on chips. So it's not only Taiwan trying to do that. There are other countries in the surrounding area, including India, including Indonesia, trying to build up their chip manufacturing facilities. All of them. Now, somebody may like to do it using a force in a destructive manner. So, a dysfunctional forces are being used to disrupt your manufacturing. Somebody will say, I'm not bothered about you. You manufacture what you want. I am adding capacity on my own, independent of it, which Indonesia may be thinking of, India may be thinking of, anybody else may be thinking of, that let's enhance our production base so that we draw a new benchmark. So Taiwan is a small country. As compared to that, look at what size China can do. China can actually, instead of doing a disruptive thing, he said, fine, I care to hoods. I will allocate 2 different cities and make only chips. Let me research and make only chips. It's a technical thing, but I can build up on it. I can build up a capacity. In 5 years, I will lead China out completely. That is a proactive and a constructive way of destroying him. But that will require a lot of time, energy, and money to build up on that strength. So each country has its own way of progression. So look at it that way. So in case if there is a disruption, all your chip manufacturing companies will get affected. Automobiles will get affected. Your mobile telephony will get affected. Everybody will get affected. Because their sales will come down. Now, if I am a chip manufacturer based out of Taiwan, or I am collaborating with them, even sitting in the US and Canada, I will get affected. I don't have supplies for it. I can't manufacture those machines because the chips are not available. What do? My production comes down. So look at the snowballing effect, which will happen because of one small attack on Taiwan.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the snowballing effect. Even if China doesn't attack Taiwan, let's say President Lee or Xi or whatever his name is very, very magnanimous. He says, no, I don't want to attack Taiwan. But I will unscrupulously send one missile to only bomb one Taiwan chip manufacturing facility. Or I send my agents and destroy that facility. The effect will remain the same. It's as good as a war. Now what do? The effect will almost be similar. So I have not attacked Taiwan, but I have destroyed the facility. My work done. The global markets will still fall down. But by the time they realize what happened, why it happened, a lot of water must have flown into the oceans, so things will be forgotten about. Just today I was watching the news. I believe about 120 plus lawmakers are planning to meet from global entities to talk about China and taking China on. Just today in the news I was reading something. And the meeting is scheduled, I think, in the US around the first weekend of September, 9th of September or 10th of September. Our 120 odd lawmakers are expected to meet globally in New York to discuss how to take on China. Why is that being done? Now, that is leading to telling you something is brewing. Look at the timing. Second weekend of September. Look at the timing. And look at what timing I have given you for Apple, for NASDAQ, for the spots to change. I said 16th September, liquidate and square your position on 9th September. Can you correlate?
Definitely.
Right? So that is the way one has to correlate. Yes. Anybody else? Any comments? Any questions?
I have a couple of questions.
Yes, Vivek.
More like clarification. Would it be
Yeah.
okay if I can share my screen?
Sure, go ahead. It's an open forum. Anybody can
Yeah.
open.
So sir,
And it's your link. So you are all the more free.
sir, like I came across
go
this
ahead.
website called Unusual Whales.
Yes.
It was actually shared by Sajad, I think. Yes, I think Sajad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a couple of other guys whom I know. So basically, like I'm just bringing this to notice because I'm not an expert in this as well. And I just maybe last week I made a account in this for free. So they have something called flow alerts, which shows for each stock what is being bought or sold or how it has been done. So for example, for SPY, if I take this, they have bought like after 55 days of expiry, 386 put, and the size is this much. And they are thinking they put what they did is like whatever money they put, like 7.3 million into bearish and this much K into the bullish side.
So they have bought this or they have sold it?
They have done both.
Yeah, but the bullish is
Or
only in
so
thousands.
if you click this link, this shows the how they have executed it. So they have bought also, they have sold also.
Yeah. So what has they sold? Just check out what they have sold.
Sir, same strike price.
Same strike price. All right.
Same
That means they must have closed. They must have closed some strike prices. They must have closed some contracts which they have bought earlier, closed now.
But date to expiry is 55 days, sir. Still,
So what is that indicating to you?
they have hedged,
Exactly.
right?
They have hedged
So
the position.
They are
I'm not expecting a bearish move down.
I just want to bring up because like most of the keen people are in here. So this might help know us the trend in a way to know which strike price to buy. I just want to bring this to your notice as well as Kamal's notice. Like maybe this might help to streamline the future trades. So this is what I saw for SPY, and the same thing we can do for TQQ. So TQQ, this is the scenario what I see, and they say for this month, that is 26th, right? 26th, like they have done for the next 6-day expiry, which is the next expiry, they have sold calls, which is like kind of 100% bearish.
Exactly.
Right.
And that is exactly what the technical indicator is also telling you. 100% bearish.
Yes. So Kamal, like just I brought this to your notice. So if this is some way helpful, we can, dig into it. If you go for the premium, you get to know a lot of other informations. But I think at this stage, normal free itself is enough. I thought this could be helpful because I was digging a lot into this OI and I started collecting OI data for SPY for like whatever that is possible. I couldn't reshare it, sorry.
Vivek, can you check out Apple also? Just for my
SPY data. So it's kind of, so because just based on OI data, we can't say whether they have bought or sold. So that's how like that led me to the Unusual Whales. But I would suggest like there are a lot of tech experts here to dig deeper and see if something more comes to your knowledge as well, because I alone can't do it, right? So that's one thing. I can look for Apple for just a second. This is, you can see my screen.
Just one point, Vivek. Sir, actually, me, Vivek, and Munir, like we talk almost every day. And what we realized so far for last 2-3 weeks is based on OI, more than seller's position, they look into buyer's position because all the options are expiring like deep down in the money. So that's the confusing part, like to differentiate was the buying to selling ratio inside that OI, it's what decided,
So, sir, for
Come
Apple,
again.
what they have done.
Come again, Weber.
No, so that's what, like, what we saw so far is when the OI is high, that means it acts as a support, right, or resistance on both
Of course.
sides.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
most of the options are expiring deep down in the money. That means they are mostly on buyer side, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, we used to look at the seller side. Like, that's what we did for last few weeks. But apparently
that is
that
what
thing
was
is
taught
not.
to you. That is what was taught to you.
Yeah,
That is the
exactly.
way it was taught to you also. That to look at the buyers, because his trading style is from the institution side of it.
Yeah.
When Girish sir was teaching, he was teaching you on the way institution would be playing on it. So his bias was on that direction.
Yeah, and
That's
the
thick.
reason why I asked Vivek Krishna a couple of days back is how much reliable are you noticing the change in OI was from this perspective, because if you do the technical analysis, your support and resistances are clear, but based on OI, you would see at least during the market hours, it does go in the money, and at the expiry, some of the high OI does, at least in last 2-3 weeks, they are expiring in the money. So market is going beyond those expected resistance levels and closing in the money.
Yes, sir. OA can be misleading as well. So we are not. I feel like I'm not at there to make any conclusion based on OA.
Just to add one thing, Vivek, for ETFs, yes, it's going deep down in the money. But if you check the Tesla, most of the time I observed that Tesla options data is more reliable. Like it honors the support and resistance level. Kamal, if you remember last week, 900 calls, it expired below 900. There was a huge volume on 900. On put side, it was 850 and 870. So somehow Tesla data looks a little bit reliable. I've been observing for 3 weeks, 4 weeks Tesla, and I always found it's between these two lines, like the high call volume, call open interest and put open interest.
And Vivek sir mentioned about Apple. Vivek, is there flow for the Apple as well here?
So Kamal, like for Apple on last month. So if I see the whole month, this is the highest it is showing. So I have already put 250, and so next to 55 days of expiry, they have bought 170 ka call. After 55 days of expiry. Other than that, I'm not seeing anything here.
Can you click on this? How does it look, buying or selling?
So if you click here, it says bearish and bullish, right? So 5.96 million were towards on the bullish side, or if you want to click further here, you can see what was done, whether they have bought the call. Here they have bought the call, right? And
yeah, the down there is a selling a little bit. Yeah, more, yeah.
My thing is the windows blocking. So
yeah, there is one sale only.
yeah,
on
there
the
is one cell here, right? So this is how it is showing. So I don't have anything more to.
And this needs subscription, right?
No, this is free. If you go for subscription, you get more. Like for example, if you see here.
And what is the cost if you have explored? We can.
So for example, if you go for subscription, you can go for this intraday analyst and things like that. Those things you need to upgrade, but I did not do those things.
Munir, I guess it's around $35 US something per month for basic package. And then they
Oh,
have
so it's not
premium
too
and all.
much. Yeah, we can share the cost and use it, I think.
There's pricing. Where could you go on this second last tab at the top in the menu bar? Just besides.
So free is like options follow data that is limited. Unusual options alert that is delayed. Mobile application is limited. Earnings data is there. Options profit calculator is there. If you are taking $32 per month, that's still like so 30 to 40 bucks. This is what you're
The 42 one looks good, like it has live data.
Yes, everything live, including tools.
Yeah. So 42 is the target. Okay.
So if you can earn using this unusual whales, if you can earn about $4,200 in a month, it is worth spending $42.
Yeah. Does it give any like free demo or free time period? Like most of the website give 30 days. They don't?
I don't know. I just
Actually,
saw this last week. So that's why like I brought it to your note. You guys,
Okay, okay.
if you guys
No,
can,
but then
there is one
this
video.
this website should be toyed and checked out. It seems to be interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
So-
Sajad had been using.
Yeah.
And
Ah.
he
Sajad
did
is the one. Yeah, he
Yeah.
is good at. He suggested me a couple of websites. So among that, I found this one is better. But I don't know how better.
no, the Vivek,
Yeah,
the other
one
link you
word of
shared. Sorry, the
sorry,
Vivek.
sorry, go ahead.
No, the other link that Vivek shared, they have 7 days trial if someone wants to check it out. I guess it's cheer something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shader, what is that called? Shader data or something.
Yeah,
Airflow.
Airflow or something. Yeah.
THEDDR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just one caution which I would share based on Sajad's experience, because this is all post data. What all result they show is based on trade executions, which has happened, and then they show it here. So if you are planning your trade, your analysis should come first. Then you take this as an additional point, then decide your trade. Because although I don't want to talk on his behalf, but what he had shared is some of his trades which he had taken based on this had worked for short term, but because most of this is a past data, most of your trades could go wrong if you're not closing your position. So even though you are used, if you would like to subscribe to this, take it as an additional data. Your analysis should come first, then to decide whether the strike price and the expiry that you are choosing is matching with some of these large volume trades.
Sure, Kamal.
I have one question with this open interest or something. So let's say, as Kamal said, this can be, this is already executed, and we are seeing yesterday's data. So, but let's say if there is open interest, that can be closed in the current session, right? They can even buy it or sell it depending on the trend, and next time
Yes.
the open interest can change, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't know.
Guys,
Okay, so in
guys
terms
over
of
here.
reliability, maybe Vivek suggest one second. In terms of reliability, you can look at what is the expiry that on which the executions have happened. If it is very near expiry, then your trade should not be relying too much on that. because they could change the next session. But if it is far expiry, then you could
Yeah,
follow.
that gives an idea.
It's
So
their
makes sense.
daily
Yeah.
job.
And at the same time, guys, remember, option data can change within seconds.
True, sir.
So you don't know who's doing what trading unless you see the trade live. Right? And option data changes within seconds. That's a fact. So that's the reason why, as a trader, if I want to rely on option data, it all depends what data am I looking at, and do I really want to look at that data or not. Sometimes I can also be fooled, but if I'm relying on my technical data, technical analysis, that data will not change that fast. Or EMA change line, or 20 EMA moving, changing cannot change that fast. It takes time to change. Option data can change. So which is why when Kamal was talking, he was saying, do your analysis using technicals, identify the trend, identify the direction, and then take a trade with confirmation on option data. Take option data as a confirmatory tool to your analysis. If it works in your favor, go for it. But don't start the analysis on option data. You don't eat your breakfast and then go and brush your teeth. You brush your teeth and then go eat your breakfast. So you should, that is what I mean. Technical analysis first, option data as a confirmatory tool. Somebody had asked me in the class, how much of the data do I use during the last session, last trading? And I openly admitted I don't use any data whatsoever. I stick to my technical analysis and the trend, and I take my trade accordingly. So you guys find your own niche, trade according to what suits your personal profile. As mentors or as friends, we can only tell you how you go about it. Your standard operating procedure is what? Whenever you invest in a company, you look at the fundamentals. When you decide when to invest, you will look at technicals. That I'm expecting a dip, let me look at it. Like Munir is very fond of Tesla. Munir, what do you expect Tesla to do in the next 1 month? Go up, go down?
Sir, I haven't looked at, like last week.
All right.
I was
When you were
I was
doing
not
it, I
trading.
was just
I was not
just
trading.
checking
Just
it out. Yeah.
yeah, because if you are looking at the news, there is a severe flood in Pakistan. So my family has been also impacted. So I was very
Oh God.
disturbed last week. So
I hope everybody is safe.
yeah, they just saved their lives. Like they
Lovely.
lost everything, homes and like
Good
all
luck.
belonging. So I was in trading last week.
No, I can understand. I can understand. It becomes
Yeah.
quite chaotic and quite disturbing. But our prayers for your family, for
Thank
their
you, sir.
safety. Whatever they have lost can never be recovered at this time. But yes, the nature and Lord Almighty will find a way of replacing it. That I can assure you that. I
Yeah,
have
so at
faced
least
a flood myself, so I know what it is.
they are safe now. Like they moved to the
That's
city.
good.
So
That's
that's
lovely.
little bit relief. Like
Yeah. Glad to
Hope and
know.
pray that
Glad to know.
things improve and they get assistance.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Love you.
Yes.
Right. So I was talking about Tesla. Now, if you look at Tesla, if I may just share the chart for a quick, because when you all were discussing it, I just opened my Tesla chart. Can you see my chart now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Weekly chart. Look at the last two candles. Just look at the last two candles. Nothing else. I don't want to go anything beyond that. Look at the super trend turning flat. Look at the moving averages. 40 MA is on top. 40 moving average on top. then comes 8, and then comes 20. Look at your indicators, all turning down. And this is the weekly chart. Clear? So what is the first trend I look at it? Weekly. My first target is at 250. Currently, Tesla is at 290, 288. My first target is 250. Within my Bollinger Band alone, I'm not going out of the Bollinger Band. Here, my lower Bollinger Band is at what? At 200. I'm looking at my first target of 250. Second target, weekly support at 215 or 220. Weekly support. 250 and 220. Weekly support. 1, 2, 3, 4 times they have tested this at 220, at 215, 220. So what trade will I take? A call or a put? I'm taking this last weekly is a gravestone. This is an inverted hammer, a put. So if I take a put of 250 also, again mid-September, 250 call price, a 250 put price, strike price. Then after that, shift it to 220 strike price and rally it down. So this is confirming my technical analysis. Now, if you can take your Wales thing and check Tesla premiums and the option data, you will get a better idea. Vivek, do that.
So
Let's use this opportunity productively.
Mid-September 250 is to 287.
What is the premium? What is the unusual Wales talking about? Is it talking about a bearish view or this thing? What is the option data talking about?
So just give me 1 second.
Take your time.
26.
Because here we are not only going to analyze market, we are basically analyzing ideas.
Sir, I can just share the screen. So
Go ahead. I've stopped sharing it. It's all yours now. I've given you an idea where I'm looking the market to go. Now you check it out.
so
Unusual
basically,
ways, Tesla.
here the problem is we can't sort it according to ascending order or descending order. The only sort we got is like by premium, by time, and by size.
Yeah, let's sort by time.
All right.
So if we sort by time, this is at what time things were bought, right? But the expiry is different. Got my point?
And you're not sorted by expiry?
Sort by expiry.
We can't sort by Excel. So what I do is like I copy it, put it in Excel, and then like you can sort it, right?
Yeah, then you can sort it by the date. So if you look at 16th May expiry, you will get all right. Just 1 second. Just
Can you
come
go
down
on
to this
second?
point over here on 2nd of September.
I
The
can give you
puts,
the
the
control.
2 big puts. No. Just look at the puts. Repeated hits, descending fill.
Repeated hits.
Both are September. Yeah, these two.
Yeah, 98% bearish.
So what is that indicating to you? I
And
did not see the OI data at all.
they have sold this much puts. I mean, towards the bearish side. Yeah, it's bearish, sir.
Fully bearish. I did not see OI data. I just saw technical and I said, go ahead and check it out. Does it confirm to you or not? And he's talking about 2nd September. I'm talking about 16th September. Still 2 weeks away. So either you look at 16th September or you look at 9th of September.
The 16th is not showing out.
All right, now mind. I'm just giving an idea for you to think about it, how to trade on it.
For this whole month, this is the flow, sir. Somebody has bought call after or sold call after 664 days of expiry.
That's
Good
for
Lord.
2024. 2 years of
But that is he's basically hedging his position, nothing
Yeah,
else.
55 days even after that.
Yeah. So basically, I want to tell you same thing. The procedure of trading, procedure of doing it is do your technicals first and then take a confirmation from OI data. And if they both are in the same direction, the probability of your trade being in the right is higher. As I always say, stock market is nothing but a game of probabilities. So you got to keep things in your favor as much as possible. Yes, anybody else, any more questions? Any more stocks you want us to analyze? Any specific indexes you want us to analyze?
Sir, one last name
Yeah.
at Shopify. It's about to
Shopify.
touch its monthly support. It's gonna go around 29. So the company is not
You want
happy
to do Shopify?
with that.
Shopify on TSX or Shopify on
On NYSE.
NASDAQ?
NASDAQ, sir.
Why? Weekly chart. Where are you? 2022. You are on the same price as 2020, 2 years. Two years of trading has come down to become zero. Look at a super trend changer. Weekly chart. Where are you currently? $40 is over here. This is 40, right? This is 20. And this is 8.
They're all pitched here.
All in a descending order. This has been a long-term weekly support. At 30.31, it's a long-term weekly support. It's not breaking for the last so many weeks, right from here. 13th of June, to date, 30 has not been, 30 has been touched, but not yet been breached conclusively. Bollinger Bands squeezing and narrowing down. Super trend flattening. Now, with the super trend flattening, if you look very carefully, your moving averages haven't yet flattened out. They are still curving down. Look at the MACD, about to give a negative crossover below the zero line, about to give negative crossover. Stochastic has already given you a negative crossover. CCI is already falling down. So if I was to buy Shopify, if you put a gun to my head, buy it around 30. Short-term trades only. Short-term trades only. But current market scenario, you know, NASDAQ is going to fall down Monday, Tuesday. Why should I buy anything? Why enter into a new stock?
So can we
Why
see on monthly?
enter into a new stock? This is the weekly chart. Weekly chart, Super 10 has just turned negative again.
It's daily,
Sir,
sir.
this is daily.
Oh, sorry, this is
Can we
daily.
see on-
This is
can we
daily. The
see it
earlier
on
was
monthly?
weekly. Sure. Look at monthly and look at the last 4 candles. Look at the
Consolidation.
last candle. What is it? Look at the last candle.
Kind
And
of.
month is about to end.
It's a gravestone doji. Where do you see any recourse to buy Shopify now? Anything, any movement happening, giving you a chance to go up.
No.
Your MACD has started curving up because this was consolidating at this price. 3 months of consolidation, which is why this is consolidating, giving you that consolidation movement. But look at the volume fall. Volume steadily falling. This is consolidating. In case if this falls further, this can always curve down. Stochastic is at what? 2, rock bottom. It is the price of rock bottom. Shopify is a rock bottom price. I don't deny it. At 30, it's a rock bottom price. I'm not denying it. But do I want to buy at 30 or shall I buy at 35? Or buy at 30 or buy at 40? Because at 40, I can give a $10 stop loss and take it high. At 30, what is my stop loss going to be? 20, 25? Do I know what my stop loss is? This is the only spot I see over here. 29.11, the low on a monthly chart. And 29.76 was touched here. 29.72, 31.80. So 29.72 has been the low in the last 3 months. So if I'm buying this, I'll buy this with the stop loss of 29.50 only, straight. If you're putting a gun to my head, Weber, I'll buy it with the stop loss at 29.50 only. With a very strict stop loss. Because if 29.50 breaks, or if 29.11 breaks, which is the low created on in the 10th month of 2019. So I've gone back 3 years to check my support. If 29.11 breaks, my next support will come over here, $11 or $12. Not before that. So if you're buying over here at 32, please keep your stop loss at 29. Not even 29.50, at 29, which is lower than your July 19th or October 19 low. Stop loss at 29 and then keep your fingers crossed. Vaibhav,
Got it, sir.
lovely. That's the way you should be analyzing it yourself, if you ask me. Open the chart, put the indicators, keep it there and keep changing your scripts or counters. See what is happening. And Kamal was right. We shifted from week to day, day to month. Why? Because it was at a monthly support level. In the week, I did not say I'm going to buy. In the day, I did not say I'm going to buy. But minute I saw the monthly support, I said I'm going to buy with a strong stop loss. At 32, at 31, a $2 stop loss on 31 or 32 or $3 stop loss on 32 is the risk I can always take. But ideally, I would like to buy it once it crosses 37, 38 with a stop loss of 35 or 30. That is a secured process of buying.
So, sir, on monthly,
I've seen the reversal. Yes, Muni.
On monthly, EMA 200 is 30.87.
Yes.
So that shouldn't be the stop loss. Like if we are buying the 30.50,
I can put
30.50 should be the.
I can, but in the month of June, it has already given me a low of 29.76. So So I don't want a spike to come and
Hmm.
take my stop loss out.
Yeah,
is why I'm
maybe
taking
any
a stop loss
spike
of
can
20
come.
Yeah, that is why I'm taking a stop loss of 29, not even 29.50 or 29.70. Why? Because in October 2019, my low was 29.11. So I can't expect it to go below 29, because below 29 means a 3-year low, a 3-year low being breached. Look at this low. So right from July 2019 onwards, the low was always 29.11. So if 29 gets breached, it is going beyond 3 years. So you look at 52 weeks, I'm talking about looking at 156 weeks. 156 week low. Quite difficult to break. Quite difficult. Though my monthly last candle is a gravestone doji.
Yeah, sir, as Munir mentioned, it's sitting at 200 EMA. If you add 200 EMA, you will notice why it's sitting at that level. Maybe exponential.
Where's the EMA gone? I can't even see it.
Exponential, sir. It was simple EMA.
I can't even see. I can't even see simple EMA. I can't
If you
even see the
change-
200 EMA.
Yeah, if you change to exponential, it will come on.
No, even if I change to exponential, it is not making, it is not adding that EMA into my scene. I've added that, but I can't see it. No, I can't add another EMA into it. I don't know why. No, it is. It did show it over. Let's see. Knock off VWAP. Why can't I not delete it? I'm not able to add to it.
It's okay, sir. Maybe I can momentarily share my screen.
All right, try it.
From last 4 months, it is taking support at EMA 200.
Yes.
So can we say it's in consolidation phase? Like on the monthly, if we see it's consolidating at same level.
It is. Which is why giving you a small stop loss only 29. So you should be looking to buy it around 31, stop loss for 29 and hold it for long. Then you don't have to hold it for a month or two. Hold it for a year or two. It will give you big returns. Hold it for a year or two, it will give you big returns. Anybody else? Any questions? Any thoughts to be discussed?
Sir, can we also check Bloom Energy or Plug?
Give me the quote. Which is the one?
It's BE.
Be what?
BE, Bloom Energy.
Now, monthly chart. Look at the growth. This is a monthly chart. Right? On a monthly chart, look where stochastic is talking about. At 37 crossover, MACD is crossing over at the zero line. And CCI has turned positive and going up. Monthly chart looking beautifully poised for a higher target. Though it's a recent, listing. So first target on monthly chart would be around over here. This is the high, $37, or something over here at 42. So first chart, thing at 31.25 is the first target. 36, and then high of the day is 42 on a monthly chart. Convert this to a weekly chart, and the super trend has just changed over. You want to enter in just now, or you want to wait for entry? Or have you already entered?
No,
Are you holding it?
I want to enter.
You want to enter? Look for a price correction something around here. 18, between 18 and 16.
Okay.
At 18 and 16, your super trend is also at 17. So between 18 and 16 is where you will buy.
Okay.
If you're buying at 17, your stop loss is clear. 14 and a half. Right?
Right.
The trend has just turned up now. Assumingly Monday it gives you a dip. Be alert.
Yeah.
Be alert. Why? Because after a rise up, the price has moved from lower Bollinger Band to out of the upper Bollinger Band and gave you a red Maru Bazu on a weekly chart basis. Conversely, check this on a daily chart. Your price is over here. This is the support price at 24. 23.50, 24 is the support price, which also happens to be your week low. 23.50 also happens to be the low of the previous week.
Because recently federal government, they announced some inflation bill or energy bill. I think based on that, these hydrogen related stocks, let's say this one BE and Plug, they started to climb up.
Yes, they started to climb up. The candle on Thursday was a straight dragonfly, but because Thursday was a negative, Friday was a negative day, it gave you the fallback.
Right.
Right. And at the same time, your 20 moving average at 25.65 will be a strong support for you to bounce back. So you could look to buy once it crosses 29. If it crosses 29, look to buy, and targets already given to you. Monthly and weekly targets are given to you.
Yes, sir.
If it crosses 29, the super trend will turn positive. Sure short buying. If it gives you a dip of about 23.50, another $2 or $3 dip, anywhere you can look to buy, because that is a weekly support. The weekly low is a support also. If you're going to buy at 23.60 or 24, you can look to buy for that again. Again, a small stop loss. Why am I saying to buy now? I don't know about the history or about the company or about the news or what the government wants to do. My MACD has still moved up and the crossover can happen anytime. My stochastic is at around 35. Crossover on the just happened recently. So if MACD is going up and stochastic are going up, this may give you a small blip because of Friday, and it can again start continuing its rally upwards.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Most welcome.
Sir, last stock, can you look Barrick?
Barrick.
NYSE.
Anyway, both Barricks will remain the same.
It's, I think ticker is gold, GOLD. Yeah, Barrick Gold. Yeah. I'm thinking of putting some safe money into gold now.
You're following Vivek's suggestion immediately.
Yeah, man, he is genius.
Monthly chart, super trend turn negative.
Yep.
Wrong candlestick. Where are
Yep.
you? Where are you? You are over here. Support resistance is nowhere to be seen. Currently at 1550,
Mhm.
$12 is the first support.
Okay.
And $10 the next support.
Next support. Yeah.
So 12 and 10.
Yep.
Right?
Sure, sir.
Last candle is bad. This is monthly candles.
Yep.
Check this on a weekly chart. All down.
Yep.
In the order 34, 28 going down. So investing in Barrick, not good. But look at gold bullion.
Who's that?
December 22.
Yeah.
Monthly chart. Where are you? Support price 1701 or 1680.
Sir, actually, what is this?
This is gold in actual physical form. You're buying gold, you're buying bullion futures, COMEX, commodities.
Can we buy this in IBKR?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Whether you can buy it on IBKR, that Kamal will answer to you. But this is actual gold commodity on its own. When the markets fall, gold will save you. Gold will rise. Look at the way market was behaving in the last 3-4 months, and you will realize that. Monthly chart of gold, market was rising and gold was falling.
Mm-hmm.
But at the super trend base, super trend is turned flat.
Okay.
Right? Now look where stochastic is, where MACD is, where is CCI?
CCI already curving up.
CCI curving up. This one.
So maybe 1670 could be a good entry.
Yes, 1670 or 1700 also.
Mm-hmm.
Even 1700 will be a very good entry to buy.
Okay, sir.
if you're looking to buy gold.
Sure,
And I'm
sir.
talking about December 22 expiry. If the
Sir,
market
I'm
falls,
getting physical, sir. I'm gonna go for cash segment. I'm not gonna go for option segment.
that's all right. That's all right. You
I'm
can
just,
do what you want. I'm just giving you an idea of what will happen.
yeah, I'm just trying to be careful here.
Look, as a Barrick, as a company, I've told you where we were.
Oh, don't remind me, sir. But
Barrick as a company, I told you where we were. We
it's-
saw monthly, we saw weekly, we can see daily chart also.
oof. Still downward expected.
Still downward, but trend is changing. Though it is close to touching its super trend. It touches the super trend already here. 1533 is super trend. 1545. You're at
Mhm.
1548. If this breaks, this will become negative and go further down, which can happen on Monday also. Because the market will correct. As a company, this will also come down. And the trend has been unfortunately negative all for quite some time. A downward trend right from April. Right?
Thank you, sir.
Most well.
Vivek, I shared the link from
Yeah,
IB
sure.
Care Academy, where you would have to request for permission, and the permissions for trading depends on which region. So for Canada, you will have to check if you
Okay,
have
man.
the access to trade, and accordingly you need to request.
Okay, man. Sure.
All right, guys. Anything else?
No, sir. Sir.
Yeah, I think
So
so.
do we have
Our
any
session is
ETF? Do we have any ETF kind of a thing in for TSX or NYSE for gold?
Of course, ETFs are there. On NYSE, I just showed you an ETF for gold only. Gold December 22 ETF.
So it is there on. I thought you showed it for that. I mean Bombay stock market.
No, that was the NY this thing, NY commodity exchange, because it is not going on to go on be on nasdaq. It will be on commodity exchange.
Okay, CGFX. Someone typed. Okay, Weber typed actually CGFX. Okay.
Yeah, whoever typed it.
Yeah, it's on TSX. It's a good dividend giving ETF of gold. It has all the Barrick Gold and all the gold companies under it.
Oh, great.
GFX, right?
Yeah, CGFX. Let me check. And why it is not showing on TradingView?
I am trying to check it out on Yahoo Finance also.
No, it is not there.
No.
Maybe GCFX. Try this.
Let me
No.
double check. Yeah, it's cgfx.to.
Oh yeah, here it is.
EGFX.to.
Oh,
I
man.
can't see it. I can't see it on Yahoo. It may be there on TO, but I can't
If
see it on
you
Yahoo.
remove TO, then it will show you.
No, it's not showing on.
No, it's not showing. Yahoo is
Trading.
not showing.
Can you
Trading
say
is not.
XGD? Sir, XGD.
Hmm? Come
XGD.
again?
XGD.
XGD.
XG.
Yeah, it is one of the ETF. It is there. Yeah.
And the one which Vaibhav was saying was CGXF.
Oh,
see,
CG, no,
accept.
CG.
CG.
Yeah, it's sorry, I tapped the other one. Sorry.
No problem.
That one has like 9% quarterly yield as well.
Yeah. Well, that's really nice. 9% quarterly yield. Very good.
My God, look at this support base. At 9.25, look at the support base. Last touched around here on this month, 2 years back. Prior to that, touched over here, 2015. If somebody has to enter into this one, you are on a very strong wicket. Very strong wicket. I would not even, if I would enter over here at 9 or 9.25, I would not keep any stop loss. So this low over here was 8.25. The low over here was 3, which was 2015. I would enter this ETF and not put any stop loss.
At 9250? 925?
I would enter blindly with no stop loss. Look at it. Where's the stop loss going to be? At 9? At even if at 9.25, at 9 if I enter, I don't want to bother about putting any stop losses. You can't go, you really can't fall below.
How about
Look at this. The last touch price was in the March 2020. You're talking about a 2-year low. Though it's a super trend down, I would look at buying it up and holding it, because I know gold will always go up. The gold will climb, come what may. If gold climbs, this will climb. And this is giving you dividends.
Okay. Okay.
Every quarter, every 3 months is giving you dividends.
This is interesting.
And Sir Prasad asked about Canadian. So there's bullion MNT. MNT.
MNT, okay.
MNT.
This is Canadian, right?
This is Canadian, which I've just showed you.
Yeah.
CGXF.to is Canadian.
Canadian, yeah. .to.
MNT.to. Yeah.
But this doesn't have dividend. The underlying asset shows bullion for this.
Look at the moving averages. There's a confluence of moving averages.
So what that signifies?
The moving average 8 is at 23.80. Moving average 40 is at 23.96. The moving average 20 is at 23.46. Confluence is when all the moving averages come very close to each other, and that is the time when it indicates a major move is expected. A major move is expected at the confluence.
In any direction.
It could be in any direction, but at this level of this counter, where are you on a monthly chart? you're talking about almost 1.5 years level.
Hmm.
So you expect to fall or you expect it to go up?
Most likely going up now because market is going to come down, right? Anyways.
Yes, and the underlying asset is gold.
Yeah.
Underlying asset is gold. Gold rarely falls. Long term, gold will never fall.
So which one, Kamal, what do you think, Arvik sir? Which one is more secure or trustworthy, MNT or GCXF, CGSXF?
That you
Like,
can decide.
suppose if I want to lock the money for say maybe 6 months, so which one is like I really don't want them to close their shop in between 6 months and run away or something.
No, both these companies, I don't think will ever close down the shop, and this is a dividend-paying company.
Yes.
Okay, great.
This one pays
This is a
quarterly
dividend-paying
dividend.
company. At least you are getting your money back every quarter, and again you are at the rock bottom.
Sir, they never miss the dividend in last I don't know how many years as well.
Who?
This script.
CGXF.
CJSA paid, we gave it on 23rd of June.
And it's 9% against 70.73 expense ratio.
I can't see that anyway. But
Sir,
it's
it's
a
in the
dividend
other
paying
detail.
company. Yeah, fine, I understand, but it's a dividend paying company. Every 3 months you're getting a dividend. And it's at the rock bottom price. Here too, I did not even give you a stop loss. At 9 and 9.25, I did not even give you a stop loss.
Okay, that's for sure.
So something to
So-
enter on Monday.
You could enter this blindly. This is a blind entry. You know the markets are going to correct tomorrow, Monday morning. So this is going to shoot up, definitely. And imagine if this shoots up and the moving averages come in the direction of the trend from 9, if this touches 16 or 16 and a half, or even 18, which it touched over here, your value will be doubling up.
Yeah.
Now, I don't expect it to go up within 2 or 3 months. So that's why I said with gold, expect it to be a long run. You're doing it for your grandchildren. So 18 to 36 also, I will not be surprised.
Wow.
Look at this. $42. I just gave you a figure of 36. Look at 42. Way back in 2011.
Wow.
So things are possible. And you're talking about a low, which is now talking about almost 7 years low.
Right.
You can't get a better activity. Imagine the cost of gold 7 years back, and you're getting this at a 7-year low price. And it's a dividend paying company. I think it's a good investment, at least for the sake of long-term investment. To diversify your portfolio from equity and adding gold to it, you're diversifying the portfolio and spreading your risk, minimizing your risk. So for long-term investment, it's a good idea. At this point, I will not say pump in a large capital of your account into this, but a small capital, small percentage can be pumped into this account.
Right. Sure. Great.
All right, guys. Anybody else? Any more questions?
Thank you so much, sir. It was a great session, like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It's a
As
we
good as a
really,
regular class.
yeah, really appreciate your time. Yeah.
Thank you,
Kamal,
sir.
just remind, send them all a bill of 2 hours of classes.
हेलो कुछ सुनाई नहीं दे रहा
I know. मुझे भी सुनाई नहीं दिया.
So it's
Kamal,
almost
take
like
care of your
handholding.
health, man. Stay in touch.
Hey, sorry, Kamal.
Definitely.
Hey, this regular classes started like a beginner session.
Yeah, I was about to share. So we will be starting our new batch from next Saturday, September 3rd. We'll be having a orientation session tomorrow. I'll send out the timing and the Zoom link in the WhatsApp and the
Kamal, the basic one or options?
it's basic trading course.
Basic one.
Yeah, 4 weeks course. So it will be completed in the month of September.
And it's on same time, like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m.
10 a.m. I would say 10 to 1.
Okay.
Kamal, let's toy with the idea of 9 a.m. also.
Sir, it's difficult for Tahir
Agar,
to come.
if all the students are from Ontario and around or that area, 9 a.m. will be good because they can clear off their Saturday mornings and spend time with the family. Check out once the batch starts. Check it out once the batch starts.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, Kamal,
The problem, yeah.
when you will share the link, you will also share the topics to be covered in that class, because I am interested to see some topics. So when you share the link, you also share the topics for the day.
So
Yes,
on
we
the
will. Yes, we will.
on the website, the link which I share for the course page, we have the topic.
Okay.
If you want, I can share a screenshot which has all the topics.
No, I mean, when you share the link in group, WhatsApp group, you also mention, I believe, topics to be covered in that day.
Yes, he does. Yes,
in the class. Yes.
Yeah.
In the
Okay,
class,
okay.
yes. So when
Kamal,
he shares it on the premium group, he mentions what are the topics that are going to be taught in that session immediately.
That's
But
great.
what topic are you looking to recover?
Refresh.
I will just
Refresh
see
also.
the report and support and resistance level drawing manually.
All right.
Yeah. So you can join the hands-on class.
Yeah.
Okay.
So which would most likely be second class.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, Kamal, like
Kamal, once we are done, I'd like to talk to you separately because I have another proposal I'm thinking of. Enhanced classes on moving averages.
Sure, sir. We can talk today after we are done
A
with this session.
standalone session only for moving averages, because I was doing my research and I did realize we can have a dedicated session on standalone for moving averages for long-term investments and quick movements. So that we'll discuss it later.
Sure, sir. And I use it every day.
Sorry, Kamal. So I'll be sponsoring one of my clients, okay, for this this particular the beginner session. So she just understand English and French. So
Good enough.
Yeah.
Kamal,
Yes,
me as
Vaibhav can help in speaking French.
yeah, and okay, just to heads up, like just to give heads up, like I don't know how to put it in right words, but then anyways, I'll give you heads up maybe on the WhatsApp, like
Sure. If she's
like she may be probably the only she may be the only female in the class, right? And from a totally from a different culture. So I mean,
yeah,
probably
that shouldn't be a problem. If she's
yeah.
not from India, if she's not from South Asia, if she's from Europe, or if she's from Quebec, that's not a problem. We have had students from different cultures or learners
Prasad,
from
that is
different
better for me. Prasad, to be honest, that is what I'm looking forward for. So if you have friends from European background or even other background, better, because once they learn it in the language, they understand it most well, they'll get the other friends along with us. And that is what we are looking for.
Oh,
So it is
definitely. It is going to be like even like I entertained her because with the same mindset, right? She opened a huge
Yeah.
door for her circle actually. So I wanted to
True.
expand on Indian community. So yeah, so it
That's
will.
all right. That's more. She's more than welcome, and the language of communication is going to be English only. Because rest be assured, Hindi usage is only primarily by me occasionally, which I also keep it less. It's only in the option class where we have the usage of Hindi slightly higher up. But in the basic course, our language is predominantly only English.
Perfect.
And if she has problems in any language aspect over there, you are welcome to assist her for the entire batch. So you can
So,
also sit for the entire batch yourself.
Oh, I mean, I think I have done. I think I spent more than enough time with that aspect. So I'm just handing it over to you if at all it can be useful to you.
No worry, no
Yeah,
worries.
sure,
We
no
will
problem.
go slow with the language.
Yeah,
We will
and I
go
can
slow in language.
yeah, and I can
Yeah.
coordinate with her outside the class as well if she needs any additional assistance.
For sure.
Yeah.
So for sure. So if you do that, that's really fine. If Vivek sir do that, that's really fine, really nice. Let's hold other people from doing that. Like not other people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll talk to you on this particular thing maybe separately over the WhatsApp or something. But yeah, so send the details and she will probably join from tomorrow. Okay, take care. Yeah.
Sure. So
We'll
I'll
do that.
share
We'll do
the
that.
Zoom link today. You can invite her in the orientation session tomorrow if she can make it. Then me and Vivek sir will obviously be there. I'm talking on behalf of Vivek sir that he'll be there tomorrow. And
I will be there.
yeah, and we'll talk to her tomorrow.
No problem.
No worries. Lovely. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Hopefully, we had a good session.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir. Thank
Most
you.
welcome.
Okay,
Anybody else
all.
wants to add any questions? Any questions? Any queries? Last parting queries?
No, sir.
No, sir,
Just
I'm good.
Thank you so much for your time.
Most welcome.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
all. We just share the link so I can upload on the channel as well. If
Sure,
anyone
sure.
wants to watch it later.
Sure. No problems.
So Solita probably Monday, Tuesday, so बताएगा report exactly